joint.
What is up? Welcome to another episode of the Sloppy Syndicate Show. We have Take Place in the green room. We also have the new co-host in the green room. So we have some introductions to do tonight, and we will get into the show. Get to know Take Place based out of Louisville, Kentucky. We'll give you a little bit of an eargasm. We'll pleasure your ear holes just a bit with a clip of their newest music video. And without further ado, let's go ahead and watch that video.
Loosened and trimmed once the tide looks like it might be mine. Gray skies roll around the silver lines, and who might be worth a shot. And tight hands always slow to feel, but need only be held to heal. I'm too poor to be counting sheep. They don't even care if I sleep. We'll put a pin in the center, self-sacrifice, tread on the borderline.
And the only word I can describe my ear holes right now is moist. So without further ado, let's bring the newest co-host in, Dane. We will, so now it's the Donnie and Dane show. I'm not alone. So we got another local comedian, funny guy that is going to come in and help me run the show.
Sound to me, you have a fucking brain damage.
And there's
Hey, how you
Dane. What is
doing?
up, Dane?
What's
Pleasure to have
happening?
you on the show, the first show. So don't be scared. Don't wet your
Thank you,
pants.
thank
Don't
you.
do anything like that.
I feel like I'm walking in the lion's den, but you know.
Right. So we'll try to take it easy on you. But without further ado, let's go ahead and bring in Take Place. Boom.
Very nice.
What is
Awesome.
up?
Welcome to the show. Welcome to the Sloppy Syndicate Show. It's a pleasure to have you guys on there. Or on
Thanks.
here,
Thanks for
not on
having
there.
us.
But we are live on Twitch and YouTube, so we may have some questions from the audience, folks. If you have any questions, do not hesitate to throw them in the chat. We do have Tommy in already, so pleasure to have you in here, Tommy. So yeah, tell us about Take Place. If you want to go around the room and tell us who you are, what you play for the fans out there that are watching and listening in the future on the podcast.
All right. Well, I'm Shane, and I play bass for the band.
I'm Spencer. I play guitar and sing.
I'm Brendan. I play guitar and sing harmonies.
And I'm Austin, and I play drums.
Awesome. So that is Take Place, folks. They're based out of Louisville, Kentucky. So came about 2021. So what was the vision? What kind of influenced you to create a band during the pandemic in 2021?
Okay, this is an interesting one.
Yeah. So I moved up here from Dallas last year, and took a job up here. And it's the first thing I did was go around all the music stores and try to network. Came from a different band, and I was like, look, new state, new everything, start from scratch. And just networking locally, I was able to find these guys, and this guy knew this guy, and this guy knew this guy. And before you know it, we're jamming in the basement, and got some songs written pretty quickly, honestly. And yeah, that's kind of where we are.
It was definitely pretty immediate chemistry because we had all done this before. This isn't anything new to any of us. So we kind of skipped the cupcake phase of the band and just got straight to work.
Mm-hmm. All right, nice.
Yeah, and Dane and I were going back and forth earlier because I love the Bad Luck. That's my favorite song that you guys have put out so far. He loves Cellar Door, so we were arguing back and forth. Yeah, so we were trying to debate what video we were going to play, and I finally gave in to Dane because he's new, and I had to be nice to Dane. I didn't want to scare him away too early, so we went and played Cellar Door.
He's already pulling his weight.
Right. Slinging the ding-a-ling around like he owns his joint. No, right.
He's like,
well, next week. All right.
Our video is the Donnie Darko sort of theme. And
I was going to ask you about that.
I kind of come from sort of an English background with my studies and stuff, and I really like to write about specific themes and sort of try to tell a story lyrically. And that's just something that really inspired me. And these guys were cool with doing that. It can be very niche, and we just went for it, and the video turned out really cool too. And it's been doing pretty well.
Yeah,
So-
Dane is like, there's a Donnie Darko theme. I'm like, who the fuck is Donnie Darko? Like, I didn't even know who Donnie Darko was. So
Oh yeah, Jonathan Darko.
you had to
yeah,
explain
man.
that to me.
Yeah.
Tommy says, "Bad luck quickly just made it to one of my favorite new songs on repeat."
Awesome.
Oh,
There we
all
go.
right.
Boom.
Thank you, Tommy.
Thank you.
At least Tommy sides with me.
Right on.
We need to have a vote in the chat.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh.
Hey, I like how your songs are filled with a lot of imagery, and it kind of you let the imagination run a little bit with a lot of your lyrics. Is there any bands that were your inspiration that you took from that maybe you wanted to put something on and call it your own? Or
I mean, I'm mostly, I'd say, a lyric guy. I kind of grew up with like the emo rock stuff influenced. A lot of that stuff is metaphor heavy, and it's an interesting thing trying to sort of straddle the line of keeping a broad theme enough to where people won't be super confused, but also having kind of like a hidden message in there.
right.
So that's kind of a fun challenge. But I like playing with imagery and creating sort of something that's maybe a little bit more esoteric lyrically than maybe like a top 40 thing or something, which is nothing wrong with top 40, but yeah, I mean lyrically that's all of our influences.
Gotta pay the bills.
Yeah, sure.
I think we're trying to find a good balance between what's hitting right now and what we actually want to do.
Yeah.
That's the balance to find.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Dane deep dives. Yeah, Dane, you are we are two totally polar opposites, so it works out perfectly. Dane digs in super deep, and yes. So, what is the craziest thing that you found about Louisville or in Kentucky, Dane?
Oh, well, I found that each citizen of Kentucky by law has to take at least one shower or bath per year.
There you go. Some fun facts.
That
for-
doesn't surprise me
Okay,
that they
I'll tell
made
you
that
what,
law.
I've never met someone that take it.
Well,
There's probably some that should.
I got to go back to Texas now, I guess.
Right. What's up, Outlaw
Man.
Videos TV? Thanks for joining us. So we got KY Lovelace. Cellar Door is my favorite of mine, but Dandelion is also my favorite. I'm going with Bad Luck there, but I love Cellar Door. Still love Cellar Door. It's a banger for sure. So.
Yeah.
Dandelion's my number 2. So.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Tommy says lyrics are a huge strength of your guys' band. I think Bad Luck was beautifully written, but you are a strong lyricist. So I would agree
I
with
agree
Tommy
with
as well. And Tommy is in a band as well. So
Oh, awesome.
Oh, heck
yeah.
yeah. What's his? What do we know? Do you know his band?
I do not. So Tommy, drop your
Oh,
band in
okay.
here. I know he plays some music, but
Yeah, man.
My
I'll check it out.
Yeah. Okay, I gotta ask you about this. It's driving me crazy. So in the song Dandelion, you say she walks at the tree line wearing dusk.
Mm-hmm.
Can you just please explain it to me? It is killing me.
Yeah, so the song is about, I'll go the long route on this one because it'll make more sense in the end. There's a phenomenon where any strangers that appear in your dreams are people that you've run into just throughout your life, and your brain does not invent faces or cannot invent faces. And so when you see things that are in the background, those are people that you've seen around you just doing your daily shit. And so I thought it'd be kind of cool if maybe there was a love story woven in there somehow where sort of this person that you don't know, you maybe fell in love with them in the dream, and then when you wake up, you have to come to terms with that ending. And so I had this sort of dreamlike imagery, kind of playing with how there's this point where you're sort of maybe deep in REM sleep where you feel like the dream is really real, and then you wake up and you're like, oh, I guess that didn't happen. And I had some vision about like a sort of sunset type of thing, and there's this sort of like tree area somewhere out in nature, and that's kind of where that first line came from. So, but the wearing dusk thing, I think the original lyric was nearing dusk, which maybe makes more sense, but wearing dusk sparks questions for me to answer.
Right.
And so
Yeah. Hey, it works. I mean,
cool.
yeah. So I've had some of those super deep REM dreams that I woke up and I'm like, are the cops coming after me? Like,
Yeah, man.
literally, you're like, oh man, did I do this or did I not do this?
Yeah.
Yeah, it kind of freaks you out once you have one of those. I was paranoid for 2 weeks. Like, did I really do it?
Yeah, it's crazy. Some of them stick with you, and you're just like, what is that part of my past? What happened?
Right.
Mine's still like, I feel like I have assignments due from school.
Oh, man.
Like, I'll wake up. I was like, I didn't do it. I have 20 minutes for class, and then I gotta.
Oh god.
The worst,
speaking of
the
that, I
worst
was the
falling
worst.
dreams I ever got were in class, where
Yeah.
you're just laying there and then boom, you're right awake and you kick the desk in front of you.
Yeah.
shit
Everyone
goes
turns
flying.
around and looks at you.
Right, like I did something wrong. I just woke up. What the fuck?
Good
Going on?
Pretty sure I did that in an economics class one time in college. I just left. I got up and left. I was like, "There's no coming back from this." It was like a giant auditorium filled with like 250 people. I was like, "I'm leaving."
That was like emotional damage. Like,
Oh, yeah.
go back to this place.
He's like, I'm gonna do online classes now.
Yeah, I was like, I'm
Right.
staying online now.
Please, pandemic, help me out here.
But yeah, I was horrible in school. So like the assignments, they would be like, all right, you'd have to read this book. And To Kill a Mockingbird was like one that comes to mind.
Oh yeah.
And so I would literally read like the intro. I'd read like 4 or 5 pages in the middle, and then I'd read the end, and then I'd write my summary on like 5 pages. I don't know how I made it through school, but I did. But yeah, I was in in-house suspension most of the time. And that lady, Mrs. Laws, I will never forget her name, Mrs. Laws. If you're listening, I do apologize. She was the meanest lady to me forever until I started bringing her snacks, and then she loved me. She'd send me on errands and everything else. So I didn't really hate ISS after that. So.
So
But
that's
Dane's
street
been a
smart.
troublemaker his whole life, so he knows what's up.
Yeah,
Okay.
pretty much. Yeah, but see, people like him paid me to do his homework, so I was.
Okay.
That's what I was about to say. I was like, I didn't even read the beginning, middle, and end. I just
Yeah.
paid someone.
I was the
To
guy
do
that got
the-
paid.
Yeah,
Yeah, get those cliff
I-
notes going,
Yep.
man.
yeah.
That's why I got in so much trouble, because I had dispensable cash at 13. So
Like, yeah, I'll do your homework for $25, right?
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Highway robbery. So
That's $37 with this inflation.
right,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly.
That's 1 gallon of gas.
Yeah,
Exactly. And I don't know what it is in Louisville, but down here in Florida, it's almost $5 now. I'm like,
It's
$4.97.
$4.97.
Yeah, we're in the same spot.
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah, it's a little rough. I mean, I'm not a band by any means. I'm not in a van traveling around to shows, so I can only imagine how much it's hurting your pocket, because it's hurting my pocket just to fill my car up to go to work. So
Yeah, it's tricky just to go anywhere really. Right now I think we're mainly doing local stuff, just for getting out there. We really haven't been together very long. I think not even a year yet.
It's a year now, as of like
June,
literally
you're
this
right.
month.
It's June.
Wow,
Holy
3
shit.
singles. That's pretty good.
Yeah, in a
thanks.
year.
Yeah,
We what's crazy is that we wrote that. We got together in June of 2021. We had the 5 songs decided on by the end of July.
Yeah.
We had them
that's quick.
tracked, ready for mix and master by the end of the year.
It's kind of crazy because Cellar Door was the first song we ever did together.
yeah. We
Okay.
jammed that one.
so in the words of Big Daddy, it goes together like a tuna and a meatball, or what is it? Tuna
Yeah.
and a spaghetti? I don't know. Whatever.
tuna on spaghetti. That sounds like a Subway dish.
But yeah, phenomenal lyrics, phenomenal riffs, everything. The band is
Thanks,
superb.
Yeah,
So definitely check them out. For the folks listening in the podcast in the future, where can we find the band? Where can we support the band? Do you guys have merch, albums, anything that we can purchase? And I ask this because one T-shirt is the equivalent to 6,500 streams. So the best way to support a band is to buy merchandise, buy an album, buy something from the band, and support the band directly.
Oh,
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
exactly right.
Wow, that's a good way to put that.
What's our
Yeah.
It's Take Place Band is our Instagram, but we also have the we have the website now, which has links to everything. So that's probably the best place to go, which is just takeplaceband.com.
And
Yeah.
there you go, folks. Make sure you go support a relatively new band coming out of the woodworks, laying the fire down already. So they are going to go places for sure, and they're already going places. So let's talk about the battle for the big stage. How nerve-wracking is that? Because I know you guys went on to the next bracket on that. And if you win that, you get to play Louder Than Life, one of the biggest festivals in the United States, put on by Danny Wimmer Presents. So I get aggravated and I get stressed just watching it. So I know as a band in the brackets, yeah, walk us through that. How do you feel?
It's your heart gets going pretty good, especially. I mean, Louder Than Life is kind of special for us just because it's our hometown. Like we're from Louisville, so it's like it's right next door basically. So it's always been a dream to play it. So it's your heart gets going a little bit. It's like when you're watching like your favorite football or basketball team play and like they got to score in like 4 seconds. It's the same thing as that.
Yeah,
the whole time,
but
for the entire time.
Yeah.
There's a part of it that's like, this is kind of one of the first big things we put out there, like in the world. So like, we really don't know what to expect, honestly. So we're kind of just almost taking notes about it,
Yeah, it's more like just casting a line. I don't think any of us have expectations of winning.
Right.
The whole thing. We just, it was awesome. We made it to the bracket. Like we were pumped about that.
Yeah, it's great exposure, huge exposure.
For sure, man. Yeah, I mean,
putting it out there, letting everybody hear your sound.
Yeah, we initially got through, and I think they liked our sound, and they were surprised that there was like a Donnie Darko. It was like, oh, what is that? We showed like the clip of our video, the Easter Bunny, and we're like, well, if they remember us for the Easter Bunny, as long as they remember us.
Yeah. Now, who referred to who is the Justin Bieber who enjoys rock or likes rock on your YouTube page?
Justin Bieber who likes rock.
It was on your shorts and it said hashtag.
Oh yeah, Justin Bieber goes rock.
Yeah.
We did the cover.
Sorry.
Yeah. No, you're good. We did a cover of Ghost. Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Ghost.
I think that's right.
Okay.
Yeah, we've been trying to get into the TikTok game, and we're really not into. I maybe I should just speak for myself. I'm really not into covers typically. I like to do original stuff, but when you insert TikTok and the algorithm and stuff, like the covers really do help you get some steam going. So we picked a song that was really popular,
and that's probably our most popular video.
Yeah,
TikTok.
By far,
honestly, it turned out really well.
Butts and seats. I mean,
it does. Yeah, man.
That's the business we're in.
That's right. Yeah, we were able to put our own spin on it.
We had a good time doing it. I mean, like we do a lot of like pretty much everything in house. Like we record and edit and like everything in house. And for our EP and the stuff that's out right now, it was mixed out. It was outsourced mixed and like mixed professionally and mastered professionally. But for anything else that we do, like for our social medias and stuff, it's mixed in house, mastered in house. So it's
Austin is a really talented audio engineer as well, which has really kind of helped us out with costs. And I mean, just having the knowledge without having to farm it out and pay for it is huge, especially for starting.
I think that's why in a year we've been able to do so much. It's because financially we don't have to pay for studio time or anything like that. We just
the recording part is 60% of what the total cost is.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh yeah.
And so just paying for mixing and mastering is no big deal.
Right.
When we can do it ourselves.
Yep.
Ed, you don't have. I would think you would have the same deadlines. You kind of work at your own pace. You get the essence of what you want to get through.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we can be very detail oriented when we do it ourselves.
Yeah. We so far have had. I will say, there are advantages of having a producer, but there are also disadvantages when it comes to compromises and stuff. So we haven't had to do that yet, which has been really cool. I'm sure maybe like they could take us to a different level if the right combination was at play. But I mean, for stuff, we did everything ourselves, tracking and writing and everything. We're really proud of what we were able to do. So.
Yeah. And, going to go to the chat real quick. So you guys had great chemistry for coming together so recently. I would agree with that. And wishing you guys all the best in the future. And then
thank you.
KY Lovelace, having local talent at Louder Than Life would be huge. I feel like here in Louisville, the community supports local talent like crazy. Yeah. And I just love seeing unsigned bands, I don't want to say unknown bands, but, bands coming up and coming bands playing such a huge festival in front of, I think here in Rockville, we had 300,000 people, throughout the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
And that's 100,000, maybe 100,000 people that you're playing to that has never heard of the band. So
these guys were down there.
Yeah, we went to Rockville. It was a cool experience. Unfortunately, the rain kind of put a damper on a couple of the days, but
Friday and Saturday kind of sucked. But
but what we did see, like everyone was amazing.
And that's how I found out about the Danny Wimmer Presents was from talking to people that they won their bracket and they got to play Rockville.
Okay. Nice. So yeah, I mean that came around super quick. You were at Rockville, now you're in the bracket. Look at that. Boom.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
The stuff that like Space Zebra and Danny Wimmer Presents is doing is super cool.
It really
like
is.
it's really like to give that kind of platform for. I mean, like no one else is doing that, so it's crazy cool.
Taking care of new bands.
Right.
That's
It's like they're pioneering, the unsigned, the up and coming artist platform, which is huge. And so folks, if you're listening, go give DW Presents a follow on Twitch. If they hit 50,000 followers, so Blackcraft is going to do a Blackcraft record label. So that
Really?
can help
Wow.
unsigned bands as well. So once they hit 50, they'll start talking about the Blackcraft record label. So boom, there we go.
That could
And
be
I
very
just got to
cool.
ask Dane. Dane, how much weed have you smoked today? You look, your eyes are kind of.
Brother, I got so nervous. Like, this is the first one, and I might have overdid it a smidge.
I can't look at your eyes right now. I'm like,
I'm hurting.
is he awake? Is he awake?
No, I'm here. I'm
If he's nodding off, we'll just yell.
Right.
Yeah.
We'll scream at him.
So, all right, we're good.
Yeah, and we were testing and tuning earlier, and I talk pretty quiet. So when I hit the horn, like he woke up like immediately because it's so
I'm
loud
sure.
on his phone. So all I got to do is hit the horn.
Oh,
That's right. The old foghorn.
Dane,
yeah, sir.
hold your eyes open, Dane. We need to see them eyes. No, I'm just,
They're there.
wow. What else you got, Dane? I know you kind of deep dove into some fun facts of Kentucky.
I did. I did a lot of interesting facts about Kentucky, like Louisville.
We wrote like a 7-page essay, guys. So we're gonna be here all night.
Yeah.
All right, we'll come through
Well,
it.
do you guys know about Chain Rock and the Chain Rock legend up there?
Chain rock.
Chain
Is
rock.
this a genre or a ghost?
No, apparently 1933, the kids were so dumb that the adults told the kids that the cliff was going to fall on them and that they were the only ones that could take care of it. They literally just hung a chain around it. They didn't even really secure it to anything and told them, we took care of it. Now you can sleep. And somehow that made them feel better. I'm still trying to understand how it's a legend. I don't want to insult anybody, but it just sounds like they conned some kids into doing what the fuck they wanted them to do.
Is
after
the
they
chain
told them
still
to
there?
fix some
That's
shit.
the question.
The chain is still there.
Oh,
All right, so when I'm in Louisville, I got to go check
Yeah.
this out. See
Have
the
you
chain
guys heard
around.
what?
there.
No,
I've
where is
never-
this?
I've never
Where
heard
is
of
it?
It's at Pine Mountain.
We have a mountain.
Yeah.
We have like some mounds. I don't know. If
We
we
have,
have,
Yeah.
we have hills.
Right.
Well,
Well,
you have mountains compared to Florida. We have like a 200-foot hill.
Yeah.
That's like the
Yeah.
highest
Yeah.
point in Florida.
That's
So.
fair.
you also have the Mammoth Cave System, which is
Yeah.
the largest cave system in the world.
Yeah.
Yes,
Very
we do
cool.
have that.
Yeah, I went to one in Arizona, and I'm never going underground again. It's just,
No,
Insane, man.
I don't see the
What?
point.
Yeah.
So-
I think it's awesome.
Well,
It's
it's
terrifying.
cool. They go down there and then they turn off the lights.
And it's
Oh,
dark.
It's
Yeah.
it's the darkest
Wow.
thing that you'll ever experience.
Yeah,
You did
yeah,
that
I
at
can't do
Carlsbad?
that.
No way, dude.
No, me either.
Dane,
When I-
quit being
My
a pussy.
skin's got to be melting off, and buildings got to be exploding for me to go do through
Dane,
that
Yeah.
At
shit.
least we have a big shelter.
quit being,
Everybody just
being a
go in
pussy,
Mammoth
Dane.
Cave.
Huh?
Quit being a pussy, Dane.
Fuck you, bitch. What are you talking about?
We were up in Tennessee, Bristol, the Bristol Caverns. That was super cool. We did that. Yeah, so I love the caves for some reason. I just like going down there and exploring. And funny enough that you talk about caves, I don't know who it is on TikTok, but it keeps popping up on my FYP. I don't know the algorithm take place. I still have not figured out the damn algorithm. So it is
Neither have
driving me
we.
nuts.
Just
Yeah, it's
throwing
all
shit
over
at
the
wall.
place.
Yeah, I've done some stupid videos and nothing. I'm like, yeah, I got 1,000 views. Great. You know, I suck. But anyway, but these guys literally like I don't know if it's a father and son or what it is, but literally they're crawling through caves and literally like, have you seen those TikToks?
I've seen a few. Yeah,
Yeah, it's like super crazy. Like they're going into like,
I couldn't
Yeah.
do it.
It makes me. I've never looked at a video and been completely as terrified as I am when I watch
no.
that. Their
Whoa.
whole camera squeezing through a hole that's the size of a large textbook. Nah.
Yeah. Have you been
that's-
to?
I wouldn't do that, but
Have you been to Mammoth Cave, Austin?
Oh yeah, a bunch.
You
of
know, what is it called? Fat Man Squeeze or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
Where dude, there's a part of Mammoth Cave where you have to like, it's so tight and you have to get through it, and it's the worst thing ever.
It makes you feel trapped.
I had to turn back around.
That's not for me.
Yeah, I would have that feeling. Okay, I want to turn around and I can't. And at that
Yeah.
point, I don't know what's going to happen. Might just pass out and y'all carry me the rest of the way.
yeah, and that's one thing I hated in fire science class is you literally they had like a chain of tubes, you know, and for the fire department, you had to literally crawl through with smoke and everything. Like that freaked me out.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was not fun.
That's wild.
I got a little paranoid on that one, but
I've never heard of that. It's like a big hamster tube, kind of.
yeah, essentially it's like a big old plastic tube that's like a maze, and they put smoke in it, and you have to crawl through it. And I mean, it's literally like you're like, yeah, you have your gear on and everything, and you're kind of crawling through it. And yeah,
No.
Oh no, thanks, man.
I've had a panic attack. That was not.
Yeah. Oh,
So what do we have coming up in the future? I know you guys have a big release coming up in what, about 2 weeks?
yeah, the 24th. 24th, we are going to be releasing the last 2 songs of our 5-song EP, and then we're going to be kind of packaging that all together. We've been pressing some CDs for that occasion as well. And we got some merch in stock now as well, which is kind of exciting.
Finally.
So,
So-
those will be up on the website here pretty soon.
Yeah, got some shirts, got some hats. We've got, pencil sharpeners, mud flaps,
Banana hammocks.
You sold me a banana hammocks.
Sold.
Right, I'll be getting just can you sign the banana hammock for me?
Yeah,
so
of course.
Yeah.
Cool.
I'll sign it where it matters.
Right, exactly. There we go. We know what I'm talking about. So,
Right on the gooch.
right, yes.
I call the gooch.
I call it, man. It's mine.
Just sign it in like strategic spots, up top and
Yeah.
gooch and in the back. And, yeah, you know what we're talking about. But anyway,
We are.
going through tubes with smoke isn't that bad. I beg to differ. But until you go the wrong way and got to turn around, true, that would be even worse. Fortunately, I didn't have to turn around, but those tubes get kind of tiny. So,
I can imagine. And you got all your stuff.
I mean,
on
I've heard
there.
that a lot. I've heard that a lot in my life. Tiny. I mean, I don't know, tiny something, but
Getting stuck in McDonald's.
You too?
Oh man.
oh, I got kicked out of McDonald's so many times as a kid because we would take the plastic trays. We were stupid kids, by the way, and we wanted to go faster on the slide, so we'd take the plastic tray and we'd sit on the plastic tray, and you just literally
Oh wow,
That's the way to do it.
I've never even.
That's
heard
called redneck science, right?
right. So many trays and got kicked out so many times, but hey, we had fun.
that. That's pretty inventive, I gotta say. I didn't think to do that.
Allegedly, I might have got kicked off of McDonald's playground for a hot box in that one spot.
Oh, no. The outlook.
Yeah, where it's
Yeah.
got the window.
Right, it's got the window. It's all the way
Got
down.
the
It's-
bubble window.
Finger smudges on it and all that.
Did it have a steering wheel?
Yeah, that's right. Going into space, man.
Are we parked, man? What's that?
Yeah.
That's
How's my
Pull
driver?
over.
I think we're parked.
Like,
Like
sir,
if you could make a movie like Cheech, what is it? Cheech and Chong? Yeah, like
Mhm.
2.0, like that would be Dane. Be like,
that's
Yeah.
He'd be their dealer, 100%.
You're giving me way too much credit.
well, maybe they should remake that when they're doing pretty much everything else.
Yeah.
right,
Oh,
exactly,
man.
all over.
That just eats me up inside for some of these things. It really does. I enjoy watching new things because it expands your mind a little bit more.
Sure.
You might not like it all, but shit, I like that part. And that's kind of how you get into it. Maybe I'll watch it again. Oh, something like that. But
Yeah.
the same thing over and over. All you guys are looking for is, hey, did you see what was different? Or who acted in this
Yeah,
one?
right.
Yeah.
I
Dane,
think
you watch the weirdest shit. What's that stupid cartoon you sent me?
everything.
Well, yeah, everything.
Stupid.
True. No, it was like that, like literally, like I forget the name of it. It was like little 10-minute cartoon clips where they're like killing each other, and I think there was a bunny in it or something.
Happy Treehouse
Happy
Friends?
Tree Friends.
Yeah, I think that was one of them.
Okay, yeah.
I also sent him a thing of Super Jail. And
oh man, that's been off for a while, right?
it has.
You're
bro.
getting
was-
kind of up Spencer's
That
alley.
was a crazy show. Yeah,
Ah, loved it.
Oh.
I loved it.
I'm just like, what the fuck am I watching?
It's trippy. It's so trippy. Yeah.
Oh,
That- it's not for the sober person to enjoy.
those were during my experimental days too. So I just, oh man, I
Well,
would.
I'm
party
glad I
it
could be
out.
part of your experiment, Dane. I appreciate it. Now, finally,
Oh,
I get the
it
truth,
was
but
way before this, so I can't be, hauled out of this room so quickly.
That's right.
all right, folks, we are almost at the end of the show. So, do you have any? What else you got, Dane? Anything?
Oh man,
I know you got a 7-page essay, so
yeah, you guys hit my stuff already, so you guys are really getting to where I need to be. I do really like you
Yeah,
guys' songs, though. Your lyrics really speak to me. I really enjoy it. The one of the last lines in Cellar Door is, "It's not just about getting old," and I really that one rang true with me. So,
well, I'm
Yeah,
You got to get it tattooed now.
Yep.
not a chance in hell, but that's all right. Hey, I'll write it down though. We'll stick it up back here. You guys are the
Yeah,
first,
man,
so you're gonna be
that's
somewhere
cool.
back here.
What was the idea behind that?
Well, it's the Donnie Darko song is sort of about the idea of if anyone has seen the movie, it's about the main character sort of coming to terms with having to sacrifice himself to save everybody around him, and kind of that line. It's interesting that you had that interpretation. The I think original idea that I had with it was that he knows that he's not going to get to grow old, and so he's kind of coming to terms with that, because he's 16 or something like that.
Yeah.
But your version is a lot less dark, and I'm gonna go with that. I don't want to bum anybody out too much, so I like that.
Well, Donnie Darko did speak to a lot of people, so
Yeah.
and I'm over here like, who the fuck is Donnie Darko?
Yeah, I know.
That's a movie you need to watch.
It's a good
Yeah,
watch.
it's
Yeah, it is.
It's cool.
Isn't
A lot
that
of
Jake
big names in
Gyllenhaal's
it.
first movie?
Yeah, Jake
One of those,
Gyllenhaal.
yeah.
Yeah. We're giving them a bunch of inadvertent advertising.
Hey.
Yeah, like if they sponsor us, I will take it.
Yeah. Connect you up with
We told so many people to go watch
Can
the
we get a
movie.
piece?
We have,
Yeah.
Yeah.
If they remade Donnie Darko, it'd probably do us a lot of good.
Yeah, we just missed.
It would
I think-
totally be Tom Holland.
You would totally make the
Yeah.
soundtrack. Are you kidding? You,
Oh,
Yeah.
that'd be super
Oh,
cool.
100%.
Yeah, man. I think the
Better.
20th anniversary was October.
October.
So
We're like
Really?
20 years too
Wow.
late to hit the.
Yeah, 20 years.
Oh,
So-
is,
so
it,
close.
is it that old? 20 years?
Yeah, I think.
time for a remake.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, right.
dude. Yeah,
Hell, they've remade Chucky and all these other movies like 25 times. So
there's
bring out
10
back
10
Donnie Darko.
Spider-Mans now.
Yeah,
Spider-Man.
But
those
they
are
had a
good. Don't knock on
multiverse.
those.
Yeah.
With the same story is
Like
the
'em
crazy
too.
part.
Yeah. They draw people. They do.
See, a lot
I
of
just don't know
people-
if Donnie Darko's going to.
a lot of people weren't true nerds way back when they're actually comics like myself. So for us, yes, it's kind of twice, but
It's me.
yeah, those you too. All
Mhm.
right, yeah, comic car conventions and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
See, I
Yeah,
didn't get in
it's
that until now, like a couple of years ago when it's like nostalgia,
Mhm.
with the records and, the cassettes and all that stuff. And now I'm like, all right, this is pretty cool. I'm going to get into this kind of stuff. But back in the day when I was a little shithead running around shooting BB guns and wrecking cars, I didn't really care about, comic books. But now I go to a antique store and I'm just like in heaven, or like a vintage store. We have actually a pretty big one here in Orlando with records, comics, all kinds of stuff. Literally, I could spend all day there just going through stuff. Yeah. So,
Yeah,
I
those
think
guys are
age
awesome.
does that to you too.
yeah, getting old does that. You like the little things in life. So,
Yeah. Understandable. Yeah, the vinyl's making a big comeback, which is, I
That's
guess,
surprising. Yeah,
made a big comeback. I don't know if it's still, but
yep.
it's-
Vinyl shops are popping up left and right down here.
yeah, it's wild.
That's good. I like that.
And I was going to ask, do you have vinyls coming out? I know they're super expensive to get pressed. You're doing the CDs and stuff like that. Any vinyls
Yeah.
in the works?
I think if the demand was there, we maybe could get some pressed.
Yeah.
They are really expensive, and I think you, for the most part, have to bulk order them. I think they'll only press like 50 to 100 at a time.
Okay.
So Yeah, I mean, we've got
We're open to it. We've talked about it.
Yeah. And I wonder, next is going to be, the 8-tracks are coming back. Now CDs are coming back. It's just going to keep going. I don't know.
Keep going retro, older and older.
Yeah, man. I don't know. Get the old wax cylinder from the 1800s going. Oh
Right.
man, we got a new wax out. Check it out. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm a huge, all kinds of bands. Obviously, I love all genres, but literally my wall is going to be nothing but vinyls and cassettes eventually. So I'm slowly
awesome.
adding to it. But
Yeah.
I love collecting that kind of stuff.
There's definitely a collector's element to vinyl.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think maybe when we do our first like full length LP, I think we may go for vinyl. Just to have that's on my list of stuff to do. Just to from a creative work perspective, just to have like, hey man, like here's the vinyl. It's a tangible piece of art. It's got posters in it. Everything's on there. Just a really cool thing to have.
And believe it or not, to me at least, those things last.
Yeah, and it's like it's art, in a way, and it's got a lot of components that make it really special and different from like streaming and stuff like that.
Yeah, and that's what I love about it. I can actually put it in the record player, or I can actually put it in the cassette player. I'm not just hitting a button on my phone and boom, we got music. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Call me old, call me what you want, but I love the old school nostalgia. I'll sit and play NES. Oh, speaking of NES, don't get me started on that. Like, I get so pissed off. Days of Thunder. I don't know how I played it as a kid. I was like so good at it as a kid, and now literally I've been playing it for like 4 days, and I'm ready to throw this damn remote through the TV because I can't even get past the first race. I don't know. I don't get it.
Days of Thunder.
Man, I think I have the reissue of the NES. I think Nintendo put something out a couple years ago. It's like an emulator. It's not
the
the
small one
OG,
with
but
there's 100 games or 300 games in it. Yeah.
I wasn't about to buy one from an auction for like $800.
I'm still on the Nintendo 64.
Oh yeah.
I'm slowly working my way through the eras.
Yeah.
Trying to collect all the NES now. Then I'll go to like Sega, then N64, and then Super Nintendo, and
yeah, man.
After a certain time, the PlayStation 1's going to be that,
It already is.
Yeah, that was my first.
They're on 5.
Yeah.
Good lord. Yeah.
And it's crazy to look back and you're like, damn, we're already on PS5. It doesn't seem that long ago, but clearly technology advances quickly.
Oh, yeah.
A lot
It's
quicker than
wild.
we do. So
Yeah, for sure. There's that like diminishing thing with technology, just keeps getting faster and faster and faster, and then we like outpace ourselves or something.
and then
What were
Wall-E
you saying?
robots one day.
Something like that.
Yeah.
You're saying like the graphics card can't even keep up with the PS5 versus the PS4 difference or something.
Yeah, like we're releasing hardware that's better than the software, basically.
Yeah.
So,
wow.
which and it's also flipping here and there. It doesn't make any sense. The
Well,
technology. We'll get to a point where it'll make sense. But
Do you think it's because humans do the coding for the software and that's why it's lower than the hardware?
I couldn't give you a solid reason. I really couldn't, because I mean they're also designing the graphics cards. They're designing the hardware.
Yeah.
So we're pumping out really good hardware, and the software is not. Also, actually, to be honest with you, I think the reason is there's nowhere near the money in creating games. Nowhere near the money in creating.
That used to be. I mean,
You're right. It used to be, but now they've taken hard copies. They're not a thing anymore.
Yep.
So it's the same with music. We used to sell CDs and we used to sell records, and that was a tangible thing. It cost money.
Yeah.
I would have to go to GameStop to buy a disc. You don't do that anymore.
Right.
So I'm not going to pay $60 to hit download on something.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You know
Well,
what I mean?
I believe that music is going through this great expansion now that it did when everybody could use any kind of recording in the 60s, and you got all these great bands and all these different genres. And I kind of think that the digital age and the bands have caught up to what's happening as far as information and everything. And now we can use Spotify, and I mean regular garage bands could come out. You guys, you got a talented producer on your team. You guys come out swinging, and it's inspiring to see that nowadays we still have that road, that path to doing what you want as far as your dreams are concerned.
And it's crazy because nowadays it's easier,
Yeah.
which
It's
is also a problem as well.
Now the market's extremely saturated.
Right.
But
Yes.
but there's pros and cons, right? So like I can put my music out and we can explode in Europe. That would not have happened in 1975.
You would have had to tour.
You would have had to tour. Yeah, there was no internet. So like there are pros and cons, but that was a minute con is the financial aspect. So record labels now are more like banks, whereas they used to be like they're gonna help bring you up. Right. Now they're like, if you sign with them, they're like, we'll give you $150,000. You owe us that. Go.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? So like everything has changed, but there are pros and cons to it, you know?
Right. Yeah. Social media is a big part of it too.
Yeah.
You know, if you don't have 10,000 followers, you're probably not going to get a second look, which is,
it's just,
and that's
hard,
but we don't want to, like, I feel like most of us, if not all of us as a band, don't want to do that stuff.
Yeah.
You know,
it's kind of like a requirement now. Like if you have no interest in technology, you won't make it.
Right. You have to learn it to actually progress. Even with the podcast, like if you do not promote, if you don't do anything, nobody, it's the digital era. Nobody knows about you. So
it is,
they dragged me in here kicking and screaming. So I'm on that no technology side. So
I mean, Dan, you can't even work an iPhone. So come on, we got to bring you up a little bit. So Kathy says, "What amazing group of men! Dandelions is my favorite song from you guys." So
thank you,
Kathy.
Sweet.
Very nice.
Got some fans out there, so let's blow the band up. Take the place band.com. Support them any way you can. Buy some merch, CDs, anything like that goes directly to the band and supports the band. So any final words from Take Place that you would like the fans out there to know about the band?
We are playing a show tomorrow.
Yes, we've got a show here in Louisville tomorrow. We're booking some stuff in the works. We've got a few things being recorded right now that we're working on for our next kind of group of songs and stuff.
The machine's still running.
Yeah, never stops.
We're at the beginning stage of a lot of things right now.
Yeah,
we are.
And we're 2 weeks away from like the EP release.
Yeah,
that's gonna be big for us. It's bringing 2 new songs in that are fairly different than even the 3 that we've released so far. And then
I'm
that's
super
kind
excited
of
for the EP, by the way. So
thank
two
you.
more weeks.
Yeah,
I think it's kind of the cool thing. Like we all kind of come from different backgrounds musically, so to bring it together, I think you got to hear that in the tracks. It's like each song kind of sounds really unique than the other one.
Yeah, and just thanks for having us on.
I really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure to have you guys on the show.
Appreciate
Keep
the
rocking
patience.
it out. Keep doing what you're doing. You guys are going to be big rock stars here in the future. And thank you for coming on the show. We got a couple more comments in here. Let's see if
don't forget about us when we need the tickets.
Right.
Oh, hey, man.
Absolutely.
Love the music, guys. Best of luck with everything in the future. You guys are a full package. Keep it coming. Have a great night, everybody. You as well, Tommy. Pleasure having you.
Thanks, Tommy.
Thanks.
And we're going to end the show this way. I end the show this way every time. Folks, remember, it is okay not to be okay and that you actually matter. So if you need any assistance, let me take this clicker off. There we go. So if you need any assistance, you can call 1-800-273-8255 or text GO to 741-741. Again, it is okay not to be okay, and you matter. So ever need a helping hand, reach out. And any final departing words, Dane? Any final departing words Take Place?
Thanks for having me, and rocky start, but
I might have you back. You didn't fuck up too bad, so
I didn't fuck up too bad.
Yeah, we had a great time.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Really appreciate it.
Thanks, guys.
Absolutely.
Love to come back whenever you guys want us.
Yeah,
absolutely.
We'll come on the show whenever.
And folks, until next time, check out Take Place, takeplaceband.com. If you are not on Twitch, get on Twitch, go to DW Presents. Make sure you vote for Take Place to continue on to the bracket. If they do win that bracket, they win a spot at Louder Than Life, which would be of epic proportions for Take Place.
Yeah, get some tickets. Go out and see them. Come on.
Right.
Your band needs to hear you out there screaming. Get there.
And until next time, folks, keep it sloppy, and we'll see you on the next episode.